Hey Husker fans, Sam McKewon with the Omaha World-Herald and Husker Extra. This is our post-spring stock up report for the offense. We'll get into positions next week and we'll kind of unpack all the position reviews. But this week we're just starting with the players who we feel like had a pretty good spring camp based on the things that coaches said and the things that we saw in the spring game. And we're going to start with the offense and stocking up. Quarterback Jeff Sims, no question about it, right? I mean, who are we kidding? Nebraska had a number of quarterbacks leave. I think it's because Jeff Sims proved that he's going to be the starter in the fall. Completed 9 of 13 passes in the spring game, did a nice job there, ran it physically. Matt Rule has been very praiseworthy of the 6'4", 220-pounder, and I think he feels like that's a player who's going to be really, really effective within Nebraska's program. We'll see, right? I mean, Casey Thompson had a pretty good year last year. And the year before that, Adrian Martinez didn't have a bad year. I mean, he didn't have a great year, but he didn't have a bad year. So Jeff Sims has to match those. And I don't know, maybe that won't be as easy as we think it is. I don't know. It's a question that we will have to examine. Stock also up. We already knew this guy's stock was up, but Billy Kemp, man, I mean, he's playing, and he's going to be a guy that is a huge factor within this offense going forward. Really nice player out of the slot, hard to guard. He will be challenging for opposing defenses because of his fluidity and his speed. He really gets in and out of breaks well. I think he's going to have a really nice season at Nebraska. I don't think it's going to be Charlie Jones from Purdue nice, but I think it's going to be really good. I think he's going to have a real good season. So his stock is up. Stock up for him. All right, stock up also for running back Gabe Ervin. And this comes basically on some of the things that coaches said about him. They just really like his tools. They think he's fast. They think he's strong. They think he's physical. They think that he's got quick feet, and they like his attitude. And Urban's a guy that came in and impressed the running back two coaches ago, and Ryan Held. Remember, he was a true freshman starter. Then he got hurt. Then he came back, and he was just never as high on the pecking order for Brian Applewhite as he was for Ryan Held. And now with this new staff and E.J. Barthel, well, they really like Gabe Ervin again. And obviously the stock is up for him because I think there's a feeling that he's going to really contribute well in the program. Stock up again for another quarterback, that being Heinrich Haarberg, right? This is a guy that came into spring. I'm not sure if he knew that he was going to be, a full-time quarterback, but he is absolutely a full-time quarterback and likely Nebraska's backup. Now, can the Huskers find a role for Haarberg next season other than waiting for Jeff Sims to come off the field? I don't know. It would be interesting to watch him in sort of a running role, sort of a runner-only role, or in sort of a wildcat role. Can you get Heinrich Haarberg on the field in ways that helps him impact a football game without having to, play him at quarterback every single down? And then stock up, right, no question about it, is Janiron Bonner. I mean, my goodness. He's moved from receiver to fullback. He's a factor. He's a fullback / tight end / H-back. He still has to gain weight. He's going to get up to 215, 220, 225. I really liked his lead blocking in the spring game. I really thought he did a nice job of catching passes too. And he had a nice little, shiftiness running the ball as a fullback. And so I think Bonner is definitely a weapon. Now, he's not going to be out there on every play. He'll probably have about 20 to 25 snaps a game, but he's going to be strategically used, and I think he's going to be a real benefit to this offense, kind of a Swiss Army knife for Nebraska. Okay, that is our stock up group for the offensive side of the ball. Yes, I didn't point out an offensive lineman. I think that group is still trying to figure everything out. I think they're in pretty good shape, and I think most of the guys that played last year are going to play this year. So stock up for the guys that we just mentioned. Thanks, Husker fans.